Hello everyone. We are going to start chapter 4 that deals with agriculture. Now the first and the foremost thing to understand here is agriculture is important to study specifically in a country like India, where nearly two-thirds population of India is engaged in agricultural activities or allied activities. Now, agriculture is important not only for food grains but it provides raw material for the various industries. As we know that agriculture is the primary activity, so we can say that primary sector is a source of raw material for the secondary sector activities. Now we have to understand the various basic types of agricultural activities. First we talk about the primitive farming. This is a kind of farming which occur in a small patches of land with the help of primitive tools, means not modernized tools, and that are kind of hoes, dough, digging sticks to plow the farms. It is highly depend on monsoon and natural fertility of the soil. The most common activity here is slash and burn agriculture. So you have a piece of land after 2 or 3 years when the soil fertility decrease, farmer burn this land and shift, then clear the fresh land for fresh patch for land for the next year. After 1 or 2 years, that previous land would regain its fertility and then farmer come back on the same patch of land. Since you are moving around, this called a jhuming activity in northeastern states of India like Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland and Pomolu in Manipur. This slash and burn agriculture is known by various names in the various parts of the world. In Mexico and Central America, this is known as milpa, roca in Brazil, masole in Central Africa, ladang in Indonesia and so on. So all these names you must remember. These are the international names for slash and burn agriculture. When it comes to India, we do not have a unified name across the country. In different parts of India, you have the same practice that is known by different names. This primitive form of cultivation, slash and burn, is called Bewar or Dhaiya in Madhya Pradesh, Podu or Penda in Andhra Pradesh, Pamadevi or Kaman or Bringa in Odisha, you call Kumari in Western Ghats, and you call Khil in the Himalayan belts, Deepa in Bastard district in Chhattisgarh, so on. Now the next is the difference between intensive subsistence farming and extensive subsistence farming. This type of farming is practiced in areas of high population pressure on land. It is labor intensive farming where high doses of biochemical inputs and irrigation used for higher production. However, in extensive agriculture, you have a huge patch of land commonly seen in the areas, let's say United States. So you have huge areas. You would have a kind of single farmhouse within this region. All the agriculture would be mechanized. That would be done by tractors and big machineries. However, intensive farming is mainly labor intensive farming because of small patch of land that you cannot use mechanized inputs in it. So this is the basic difference between the intensive and extensive farming. Again, the extensive farming is also known as commercial farming. The main characteristics of commercial farming is the use of modern technology and inputs. For example, HYV seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides, etc. And the amount of commercialization of farming varies from one area to another depending on climatic conditions, irrigation facilities, or other factors. For example, rice is a commercial crop in Haryana and Punjab. However, it is subsistence crop in Odisha. Next is plantation cropping. Plantation farming produces raw material for various agro-based industries. Here usually you have a single monocultural crop that is grown on a huge patch of land. So it is kind of interface between the agriculture and industries. In this type of farming, only a single crop is grown on a large scale. In India, tea, coffee, rubber, sugarcane, banana, etc. are important plantation crops. So that it covers large tracts of land using capital intensive input. With the help of migrant laborers, here since the production is mainly for market, a good network of transport, communication, proper market facilities are required. Examples of such type of commercial farming are tea plantation in Assam and North Bengal. Second one is coffee plantation in Karnataka. Now the next is cropping pattern. In India there are predominantly three cropping seasons: the Kharif season, Rabi season and Zaid season. My next video will cover this topic.